What to do with Markelle Fultz? When is it time to give up on the process? With Markelle Fultz being diagnosed with the thoracic outlet syndrome, expected to miss 3 to 6 weeks, he has put the Philadelphia 76ers in a tough position. Is Fultz really the problem, or simply another member of the final collection of the original process that just requires some extended periods of time to fully heal? Fultz could be the last member of the Big Three in Philadelphia of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and Markelle Fultz that leads Philadelphia to a championship dynasty of repeated championships and bringing the fans excitement and glory that they so deserve. Or Fultz could likely be playing his last few games in Philadelphia and could be expecting to be out of the organization altogether starting next season. My name is Gokul Gopikrishna, and this is Speculation Corner. Sources say the 76ers front office is torn on the decision to either deal away with Fultz or keep him around after his recent diagnosis. But they should not be racking their heads around this too much, assuming that their recent moves are any indication for their plans for the future. The 76ers just acquired All-Star Jimmy Butler not too long ago. Has Butler's transition to the team been perfect? No. But all of last year, one primary concern the 76ers needed to fill was a lack of a solid three-man who could score from the perimeter when Embiid could not. Butler has filled that role, and by doing so made Philadelphia, on paper, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And forget about one of the best teams on paper. Recent results suggest that Philadelphia continues to improve game after game after game, and come playoff time, it cannot be denied that there is a possibility that Philadelphia could be in the running as one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Still, would it be plausible that they could beat the Boston Celtics or Toronto Raptors in a 7-game series? Sure. But is it expected? Possibly not. And on a squad like this, there's just no room for Fultz when in this position the Philadelphia 76ers are in. They need as many role players and shooters as they can get on the team to round out the squad. Not another star that's injured and they need to basically work with to fix. Now, Fultz was an amazing college star who could score and pass and rebound and do it all. And in the NBA, he's had some good moments, definitely good moments, highlight-worthy moments. But there's also been a fair share of moments that have been rather depressing and saddening and downright cringy. The man has incredible talent, and a team around the league would be more than willing to be patient with him and be willing to wait it out to see if his talent and his potential could be realized. But not this team, not the 76ers. The argument that the 76ers stuck in there with Embiid for 3 years and Ben Simmons for a year so they should do the same for Fultz just cannot be justified in this instance. In a vacuum, sure, the patience directed at 2 former talented college stars should be distributed to this other college star. But, as mentioned, the circumstances are different. They can't just say that they did it for 3 years for Embiid and they did it for a year for Ben Simmons, so they should do it for Fultz. It's not the same. When they had Embiid waiting in the wings, they were a young team that was fully rebuilding with Embiid as their centerpiece. Or in the case of Simmons, he was only gone for 1 year, and he was waiting in the wings of an already improving, but still young Philadelphia squad. Not nearly this level of expectations or pressure to come back and really guide them into the future, into the promised land. And first and foremost, with Fultz, he's not the level of talent of these other two players for Philadelphia to have him around and wait to see if his talent can be realized. With Embiid, he was projected as a top center in the NBA, a person who could be the next great center in NBA history, a person who could rival the talents of an Hakeem Olajuwon. Ben Simmons was hyped as the next Magic Johnson, or even LeBron James if he could develop a jump shot. Fultz was just never advertised to be this level of player. He shouldn't have been. He wasn't, and he just objectively isn't. The other issue with Fultz is it cannot be surmised that Fultz's only issue is an injury to his shoulder. His poor shooting woes and repeated changes to form cannot only be blamed on the bum shoulder. It definitely plays a role, but not completely. It doesn't account for the extremely visible second-guessing at the free throw line, literally double-pumping free throws. It's not a stretch to say that there could be some, and more likely is, significant damage to Fultz's mentality as a basketball player as well. And that is something that is not easy to fix. And the main point is it's not clear. It's not clear how much of it is mentality and how much of it is injury. And with that being said, and considering the 76ers circumstances, which is pushing for title contention, not only in the years to come, but even this year, holding on to Fultz doesn't make any sense. I speculate in Speculation Corner that Fultz will be out of Philadelphia soon enough. And by next season, Fultz will not be on the 76ers starting roster.